It's funny how some movies just stick with you. Isn't it like they're part of your DNA? For many of us, Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are exactly like that. The movies we watched as kids, sprawled out on the living room floor, the smell of popcorn in the air, laughing at Kevin McAllister's crazy traps. And Macaulay Culkin's iconic scream burned into my brain. But now, 34 years later, I've started to wonder, what happened to the people who made these movies so unforgettable? Where are they now, in 2024? Let's start with Macaulay Culkin, the kid called Kevin. Back then, he was everywhere. That blonde hair, that mischievous grin, setting traps for burglars like it was just another day at the office. But fame really got to him, didn't it? He was just a kid, and the spotlight was blinding. By the mid-90s, he'd stepped away, burnt out from the chaos. I can't even imagine what that must have been like. Being 14 and already needing to escape your own life. But the thing is, he didn't disappear. In 2024, he's 44 now, and he's found a calmer rhythm. He's got a family, a son with Brenda Song, and you can see he's protecting that peace. He's done some acting. Yeah, like that quirky role in American Horror Story. But he's also been behind the scenes producing, even dabbling in music. He's got a podcast he directs, Bunny Ears, talking about everything from fatherhood to pizza. It's strangely comforting to hear him laugh about life now. Like he's finally found his footing after all those Home Alone kid years. Then there's Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, the Wet Bandits, Harry and Marv. Man, those two were comedy gold. Pesci, with that grumpiness and that gold tooth flashing every time a pain can hit him. He was already a legend since Goodfellas. But in 2024, he's 81 and he's slowed down. He's selective about roles. Always has been, but he popped up in The Irishman a few years back, reminding us he's still got that intensity. I read somewhere he's living quietly in New Jersey, playing golf, staying out of the Hollywood noise. It's weird to think of Harry, the guy who got his face ironed, just chilling on a golf course, sipping coffee and watching the sunrise. Daniel Stern, though Marv, he's a different story. That scream he does when the tarantula's on his face? Legendary. He's 67 now, and unexpectedly, he's turned to art. He's not chasing big roles anymore. He's sculpting, painting, even farming. Yeah, farming. He's got a farm in California, and he shares videos online of him feeding chickens, the sun setting behind him, dirt under his fingernails. It's a long way from Marv's chaos, but it suits him. He's done some voice work, like in Dilbert, and a bit of directing too. Watching him talk about his life now, you can hear the calmness in his voice, like he's finally found the quiet he never had running from Kevin's traps. Catherine O'Hara, who played Kevin's mom Kate, is timeless. Back then, she was frantic, yelling Kevin into the phone, red hair flying everywhere. Now, in 2024, she's 70 and having a renaissance. Schitt's Creek made her a legend all over again, playing Moira Rose with that crazy energy. She's still acting, still hilarious, still stealing scenes. I watched an interview where she talked about Home Alone, how much she loved the chaos of those sets, the kids running around, the fake snow crunching underfoot. She said it felt like family, and you could tell she meant it. Watching her now, it's like she's the same person, just wiser, with more stories to tell. John Hurd, who played Peter. Kevin's dad, he's not with us anymore, passed away in 2017. That hit me hard when I heard. He was always in the background, calm, steady, but there was a warmth to him. After Home Alone, he did a ton of TV, like The Sopranos, but his life wasn't easy. Addiction. Struggling with fame, it's tough to think about. I wonder what he'd say if he could see how much these movies still mean to us. And Devin Rattray, who played Buzz, the mean older brother, he's 47 now and his life's complicated. He played an adult Buzz in the Home Sweet Home Alone reboot. But then there were legal issues, allegations, arrests that's messy and sad. I remember his character being a total jerk, but seeing his real-life struggles, it's a reminder that fame doesn't fix everything. I hope he finds his way. The other actors, the siblings, The cousins most have faded out of the spotlight. Macaulay's brother, Kieran Culkin, who played Fuller, the bedwetting cousin, he's killing it in Succession, winning Emmys, living a whole different life. The others are teachers, writers, parents now. It's crazy to think those kids we watched on screen, growing up, living quiet lives while we still rewatch their childhoods every Christmas. Sitting here thinking about it, it's like these movies froze them in time, but life just kept flowing. The smell of pine trees, jingle bells, the warmth of those old VHS tapes, it all comes back. And yet, just like us, they've changed. Some found peace, some struggled, some reinvented themselves. I wonder, what do we hold on to from our past, and what do we let go of? Home Alone isn't just a movie anymore. It's a mirror reflecting how time changes things, how people evolve. And maybe that's why we keep coming back to it, not just for the laughs, but for the reminder that life, complicated and beautiful, goes on.